guys, it's Coach Ben from Neighbors Soccer Academy. So I wanted to make this quick video today and talk about the performances that I saw yesterday. I got to watch about 5 or 6 games. Some kids knew I was there watching and some kids didn't. So that's something I do. I come watch a lot of the players that I train playing their games so I can actually track and measure their results throughout the course of the season. That's the best way I can really figure out also how to help other players throughout the season. So when I was watching, there was 2 things that really stood out to me when I watched every game. And this includes games in the YMCA and games that are at high-level club soccer. And the first one was how aggressive kids are. And I've always tried to make it a point with the players that I train that play competitively that they need to be more aggressive than everybody on the field. And that way, that really kind of sets the tone going into the rest of the game and the season. So when they play against someone, that person should always feel that they're not going to win the ball first. And the players that I train, I always try to make a point that they dictate the play for the rest of the game. So that way they can physically and mentally dominate someone. And that does not mean that you have to be a dirty player. That just means that you have to be willing to win the ball at all costs. And yesterday when I was watching some club games, I could see that. And it made me really proud because there's some players that I've been training that's really not in their nature to be that aggressive. And it's something that they've had to develop over time. So I was really pleased and happy to see that progression happen already, and this is the first couple weeks of the season. So I'll be watching that kind of coming up later on this fall. And the other thing that really stood out to me was the willingness to take chances. And I made a video a couple weeks ago about how every player should take way more chances than they actually do, and how I think it's important for self-confidence to take chances even if you mess up. And yesterday there was a girl, she plays for Classics, and her name's Corey. I know Corey, you're going to watch this. But when I was watching Corey, I noticed something that I haven't really seen from her in a long time, and that was really the willingness to fail and take chance after chance. And even if she's missing shots, she's still taking shots. And that to me shows confidence. Normally when players take chances and they mess up, they mentally fold or they shut down and they don't want to take chances because they're worried about what their teammates are going to say or about what their coaches might say if they mess up. And when I was watching Corey, she was just, every single time she got the ball, she was around the goal, she was willing to take a chance. And really whenever she would mess up, it didn't affect her. And that's something that I believe that separates the average players from the great players, the ones who can take chance after chance and be willing to mess up over and over until they actually get it. And I know that's going to help Corey a lot because going forward, she's going to have more chances because she's creating her chances and she's not having to rely on teammates all the time in order to help her with her own chances. She's going just to take the initiative on her own and be able to do that. And this isn't to highlight or single out Corey, but I saw other players do the exact same thing yesterday. And that makes me really happy. And really my goal with all the players I train, I always want to make sure that they put their stamp on the game. Whatever game that they're playing, I want to make sure that when they leave the field, everybody knows that that was the hardest working player on the field. And that doesn't mean you have to be the best player on the field. That means that you have to be willing to work harder than everybody. And normally when you do that, you start to get noticed and play. So thanks again for listening, and I will see everybody this week.